Hey Tim. All right. So this is the cabinet. This is going to be a little bit more in depth to explain, but this is just a layout. We have the fridge in the middle. This is the water tank and information bay, and this is your electrical system. I'm going to go ahead and just move this forward. Actually, I'm going to move back. There we go. Okay, so we have a couple of things going on here. If we just take a look at the structure, and I'm going to go ahead and get rid of this, and we're going to get rid of all of the electrical components. All right, so this is the box. Let's take a look at a couple of the features. First of all, you have cross beams. Cross beams are taking place in the top and the bottom of the box. They give you the structure. We also have cross beam and secondary beam. This secondary beam is intended to give a natural spacing gap on all four corners of this panel and this panel. So when you guys are building this, here is what I would recommend. Build your outside edges first. So you need this to give you structure. So put these together. You have your slot essentially for this, and this piece fits in really nicely right into that. So that's your first step. Next, you also have this piece and this piece. It's going to be a similar thing. So put those together. You'll kind of see the difference here. This one's a little bit lower, and this is because this is your mini fridge here, so it has to be a little bit lower. Do the same for, oh hi Luna. Luna's giving me kisses right now. Do the same for this one. Right here. Okay. Now notice that this one also has on both sides. So it's really important that when you're putting this together that you have the orientation correctly. And the orientation is really easy because you have these two guide holes right here on this board to tell you what goes where. So on your left side, or I guess if you're facing the cabinet, on your right side you have the low bar, and on the left side you have these pieces. And then of course finally on the right side you have the same thing. So again, assuming that this is your front, you have beam, top piece, low piece, side, no top piece, then you have bottom piece, side piece, and then a reverse here. So that's going to be the same hole that goes all the way through. You're going to have your cross beams, and notice that you have the top and the bottom. That's going to give you structure. This is a floater piece, so I wouldn't like install it per se. I would just, leave it to be removed, but you know the deal. These pieces, definitely put them together. You're going to have 4 of them. And make sure that you do not mix up the 2 of these. So this piece for the rear cabinet is 64 and 5/8 long. This one is 61.6 inches long. So the longer one goes across. The shorter one goes long ways in the van. So 61 for the sidewall piece, and 64 to go across. So build your side pieces first. 1, 2, 3, 4. Build your cross beams, and then this is a rack that's intended for the electronics to be mounted, and I'll show you that in just a minute. So we're going to go ahead and put all of this together, and you just kind of saw it. This is an electronics rack, so you can put the Victron system into it, and that is just going to mount against that back plate however you feel best. If it's a little bit high or low, that's fine. I was going to recommend putting it up a little bit higher because you have your batteries down here, but that is entirely up to you. And then once you're putting your Victron, this is the long distribution bar that we saw in one of the vans. These are your batteries, and of course that's your big inverter, and of course that's your fridge. All right. Oh yeah, and then we have your face, but you already know about that. And keep in mind, again, the face is intended to be on the right side of the van, the driver's side of the van. Now, for this complicated one with the water tank. Oh boy. All right, let's figure out how to walk through this one. So, first thing you're going to notice, the right side of this shelf is larger. So if I zoom in, this cabinet drawer is 20 inches and then some. This one is 17 inches. So your left box is 17 inches, your right box is 20 inches. Next, we're going to go ahead and grab all of these. And let's just go ahead and move these out of the way. So we're going to have a similar structure as before. Go ahead, when you're building these, start with your sides. This is what your side panel looks like. Ignore these. You don't need to worry about these yet. But you're basically going to have the curl is in the back. You'll know the back because it has a slight curve that goes inward. So it starts here and it curves inward. But you have 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 5. These are all of the side pieces that go in, and they're going to mount onto this side panel right here. And I'm actually going to go ahead and just drag this out a little bit so you can see. This is just interacting shelves and whatnot. So that's what this side panel looks like. Put that one together first. All right. Next we have this one, and it's going to be the same thing. So it is a section view. You have, again, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Keep in mind that this piece at the bottom is a little bit different than the one on the other side. So let's take a look at the shape. It's kind of like it looks like Utah. I think that's Utah. And then if I go over here, it turns out that they both look like Utah. What a designer I am. Okay. All right. So we have all this. When you're putting this other piece together, again, it's going to look like the other side, but just make sure that, again, we're facing the front. You have these panels on, say, the left side of your right panel, and you have them on the right side of your left panel. So make sure they face inward for the drawers. If we come over here, on this piece right here, on the opposite side, you have this tall vertical beam. You also have one here, but keep in mind that this one is shorter. So take a look at that. It is shorter. It's by design. It's also a little bit shorter up here at the top. Next, we have this piece. So again, you're building all of these parts first. 1, 2, 3, and 4. This will be a similar concept. So we're going to say do this. You have 1, 2, 3, just like that. And then moving forward on the other side, we have same thing. You have an extra one at the bottom. You have 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay. So once you get all that together, tie it together with your cross beams, just like before. You have a cross beam like this, and these ones are just for both of these sides to get squished together and have a good fit. If we look at the back, you're going to notice that these little pieces are 2 inches tall. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And these guys are going to connect to the back of this thing. And you can kind of see the shape. It's got the curly, the curl up. You have 5 of those, long ones on the left, short ones on the right. We also have this. This is for your tank. I'm sure that you guys can figure all this out. And then of course we have this piece. This piece kind of connects. You're gonna notice it's not super pretty. Yep. And I'm also seeing, keep in mind, looks like there's an issue there. So yeah, but it's functional. So that's for the drawer rail. That's why it looks like that. So your box rails are going to go on either side of this one and this one. Okay. Over here, we're calling this the mini medicine cabinet. So you have this piece, this piece, this piece, this piece, and this piece. Oh. So these two mini shelves, they're actually designed to be free floating, so I wouldn't even worry about like trying to permanently install them. But this one will just sit right here on this shelf. And then this one does not actually have any, securing hardware, but you could put in a little spacer block here if you like, whatever you want to do. Okay, and then we have all of this. This comes forward here. And you're just going to notice this is the only door like this shape that has hinges. Okay, hinges are going to go on the right side. So the cabinet is intended to open up like so. Okay. Same thing here. We have 3 hinges. All right. Drawer faces. I know that you guys already know how to put together all the drawers. I'm just going to cover a quick thing. The only real thing you need to know is, again, the long face. These faces are 18 inches long. That's just pretty much our standard. 18 inches long, and of course they always overlap on the side, because as you're pulling your drawer out like so, we just want to make sure that the nails, the brad nails, are going in from the side. This gives it lateral strength as the drawer is being opened and closed. And that is the whole thing. So there you go, Tim. Hope it all helps.